Okay, so in this tutorial we're just going to take part in an auction. Within the auction process you may or may not have the ability to do qualification bids. All these are is the facility to give you your initial bids prior to the auction itself. In most cases this would be perhaps a few days or even a few weeks before an auction is due to begin. In this case, of course, it's about 1.5 minutes before the auction. And the idea is you can just place your initial offer, which then gets carried into the auction as your starting bid. So those are placed, and what you'll then see is that in about 1.5 minutes time the auction will begin, and you can start placing additional bids and getting some live feedback on where you stand. Okay, so just skipped on a bit and the clock is now counting down. The auction has begun. You can see it's in progress. We've got about 7 minutes on the clock. So in this example we've got our two lots. We're in second place for both, with a price of 150, which equates to a value of 225. Doing the multiplication there. So let's do a new bid. So it guides you to the range which you have to be between, just to make sure you don't make any mistakes like accidentally leaving off a zero or accidentally bidding too high again. So you can come in at a new offer, and thankfully in this case we're now in first place for both things, so that's very good. The auction itself will update in real time. That's in live scenario. You don't have to refresh anything, and so every so often you might see that you get some counter bids, in which case you see there the screen refreshes and it tells you that you've been outbid, in which case you're welcome to go back in and try again. Sometimes you have a facility where the auction clock will extend if bids are placed towards the end. You can sort of remind yourself of the rules by going to the overview and kind of see what is being applied here. So in this case we've got a 2-minute extension which applies to everyone. So if a bid is placed in the final 2 minutes, the clock will reset to 2 minutes remaining to give everyone a cool-off period. And so if we go back to the auction, you can also send new messages. So if you have questions, am I likely to win? Bit of a silly question, but you can post that forward, and then that goes through to the person running the auction, and they can choose to reply back. And you can also see a graph of your own personal history of how you bid across your auction, just for your sort of reporting and records. Otherwise it's very simple. You just wait till the auction finishes and bid to wherever your best and final position may be, and that's as simple as it is.